Hi, I'm Drew Holinski, and this is my 15-112 turn project, Super-Pinball. The game initializes by taking you to a splash screen where you can choose between two of your favorite superhero-themed pinball games, Flash Gordon and Superman. Before you start jumping into the game, it would be wise to press the H key to take yourself to the Game Help screen, where it tells you about each bumper, where there are 6 of them, each controlled by its own key press function. It also tells you that there are hotspots on each board. In these hotspots, the ball will randomly vibrate and shoot into a random direction while accumulating points. This is the most efficient way to gain points in the game, and therefore the object. Let's start our example with a Flash Gordon venue. As you can see, the ball starts out in the right-hand corner on top of the spring. In this scenario, the hotspot is located in the jet fuel coming out of the rocket. Before you start launching the spring, it would be wise to get a good feel for the keys and which moves which bumper. Now that we're ready, we can hit return and launch the ball. The ball is launched with the random velocity chosen from a list of possible velocities. It then bounces off the bumpers and uses gravity in the scenario. The ball has just been launched into a hotspot, as you can see, and points have been accumulated. The ball bounces off of bumpers with regular collisions, and each collision is perfectly elastic. As you can see, we've just lost our first life. We have 2 remaining, and we can launch the ball again as if we were starting anew. We've just lost our second life and have 1 remaining. We've just finished our 3rd life and have been taken to the game over screen, where we've been captured by Ming. As you can see, our high score has been added to a list of high scores and presented at the end of the game. This list will accumulate to the most of 3 high scores, and if possible, 3 high scores will show. When we go back, you see that you can choose between Flash Gordon and Superman. The Superman high scores and Flash Gordon high scores are all accumulated into one high score list. Now we can try the Superman venue. The question you may have is, what happens if the ball launches and then ends up back into the initial starting position? Because this is one of the possibilities of the random starting velocities. As you can see, the ball will bounce around and eventually hit enough bumpers so that it will come back and bounce in the spring. The velocity of the ball will be dampened until eventually it will come to rest on top of the spring. You can then play the game again by hitting the return button to launch the ball again, and a new random velocity will be chosen. In this scenario, the hotspot of the game is in Superman's ray vision. Since this is clearly exhibited in the previous game, there's no need to show you how this works here. You can always hit 0 to return to the splash screen and see your 2 possible games. I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and this is Super Pinball by Drew Holinski.